My name is Sangeet, and today I have something to tell you. We humans tend to say that we know a particular person or certain people, and sometimes we also say that that one person or those people that we thought we knew, we actually don't. And some of us even may come to the conclusion that we can never truly know anyone because we got disappointed with one or more people along the way. And we keep meeting and experiencing all sorts of individuals through these concepts and perspectives, wondering if we will ever be able to not only fully know someone, but also to avoid any unpleasant surprises that can come along with it. It becomes a never-ending cycle of doubt that may even scare us of creating deeper and longer bonds, afraid of being mistaken or deceived. How do we solve this out? Can we really know someone? Well, to answer this question, we have to know what do we mean by knowing. If what we mean is to know all of their physical, mental, emotional and spiritual traits, all of their actions and behaviors, all of their thoughts, words, decisions, intentions, plus all of their traumas and internal struggles, likes and dislikes, their perceptions and directions, plus all of their past, present, and future experiences in this lifetime, then the answer is obviously no. That would require an endless research that would never really fulfill our goal, because everything is just a matter of perception, not to mention that we would have to predict their entire future in detail that didn't actually show itself yet. Now, if what we mean by knowing is simply to have access to their name, their current physical environment, who they have around in general, some aspects from their past that again would only be a product of their own perception, plus a few personality traits and an overall physical appearance that we would interact with in shared experiences, then the answer is yes, we can know someone. And we could end this subject right here if this would satisfy us. The thing is that it doesn't, does it? One sounds impossible and the other sounds insufficient, especially if we are looking for someone to really invest in. So, what to do then? Is there any way that we can really get to know someone? Yes, there is. A simple, quick, but very subtle one though. We get to know someone through their energy. It is the energy that we emanate that can tell us how we navigate through life, and of course, this is valid for all of us. Now, how do we know someone's energy? We feel it. And the good news is that we don't need to know every detail of a person to know how we really feel around them. From a simple feeling, we know it all. Not the feeling that is merely contextual or the feeling that is attached to an attraction that comes out of nowhere and makes us feel uncomfortable, or even the isolated feeling of being passionate or in love, but the feeling that remains underneath and beyond all of that, the one that survives all thoughts and emotions and still guides us and tells us the truth. Probably all of us had already experienced knowing so many great aspects about someone, yet that person feels quite off to us, right? And as time passes by, that feeling tends to either stay or intensify. And which one are we going to trust more? Their amazing appearance, life, skills and successes, or how they truly make us feel? Now, how do we reach that true feeling? We put aside everything, especially crazy tempting characteristics or excuses created by limiting beliefs that keep us stuck in a fake idea, and we allow it to come to the surface. We allow ourselves to deeply see so we can get to their core, to their energy. We feel, we see, and we even meditate if we need. We remove their body, their status, their words, and even their movements, and we feel how it is to be in their presence, and how much we would trust ourselves, our integrity, our life with them. Now, do we really have to do this consciously to get to know someone? No, we don't. In the majority of cases, we probably know exactly how we feel and what kind of relationship we want from each person that we have in our life, just by naturally interacting with them. Plus, in some cases, it is okay not to know people so well, because we don't expect that much, or because we are not so focused on them. However, in some cases, it is essential that we know exactly what is going on, because things can get complicated due to specific circumstances or even to a strong magnetism in case it is a romantic connection. And then confusion arises, and even though we feel uneasy and unsafe, we may still insist and ending up experiencing the worst. And here is another thing. If we feel the need to take time to feel and to meditate about someone or some people, in search for any reassurance or hidden aspect, unless we have developed some kind of unhealthy paranoia about people, it is already a strong indicator that something is wrong. And of course, if we realize that their energy is not the best, then it may be time to step back or to remove ourselves from the equation. Do we have to be extremely sensitive or intuitive to feel someone's energy? Well, we all can sense to some extent, despite our sensitivity or psychic abilities. And if we know ourselves and our own energy well, that is already halfway to get to someone else's core, because we will easily know how to distinguish both energies. However, the more sensitive we are, the more we feel everything. Once we know their energy, we then can predict an overall behavior, not the specific details or events, but how they will probably respond, because we humans operate from our energy, and this is why we all experience the same thing in different ways. Now, if there is something that we cannot take away from life in this planet, that is the surprising factor. Yes, we can feel, yes, we can predict, but life will always find ways to surprise us. So, today, if we want to know someone, let's feel them, and let's take it, so we don't grow illusions and invest our time in something that will only bring us conflict and frustration. Time is now, and now is the time to see and to acknowledge the energies that we have around. Let's face them, and let's not settle. After all, we deserve the best. Meanwhile, let's also let go of any certainty, because whatever we know today may all be gone tomorrow.